is probably going to be playing Tenebrella here. Although Vanilla Umbrella is a choice that they go with. And also, wait, what the heck? All right, never mind. Whatever.
What?
Slosher Deco Undercover Umbrella.
Why is Arashi of all people playing the Undercover Umbrella?
I mean, he's kind of in La La Land most of the time, so I couldn't tell you. But
like if there's no Hitzel there to tell him what to play, he just plays whatever, and then it's like eventually goes off the deep end.
He just kind of does that anyway.
Oh, okay.
But usually the one is pretty stingy about like we have to go these comps kind of thing. So maybe we can blame the one for this. But
well, he's not playing right now, so.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. No. So the one.
Oh dear. There's no parents at all.
Yeah.
But after a little bit of points on the clock for Bet, Prophecy is going to get a pretty solid control of the zone and take the lead. As Morsa and this Rapid Blaster are over here to the left trying to make sure that flanks don't happen. Their teammates die off screen. That's going to allow Bet to take the zone. So it looks like we're going to see a lot of back and forth here.
And Delta here with this Tri-Slosher, or not the Tri-Slosher, the regular Slosher, the Deco variant. I'm like wrong 3 times in a row. He's able to put a lot of pressure up on the sniper. The baller is at the ready, so he can play really aggressive here and kind of get away with it. It's kind of one of the good things about playing this weapon is that it's got that baller. It's a really strong kind of like front or midline weapon that can get a lot of these easy picks, and then it just escapes with the baller whenever it's in a bad situation. So it's a really good weapon for stuff like that. They got really good control of the zone here. Salt with that Stingray is going to be putting down a lot of pressure on the people trying to push in, but already got the lead. Still, they're actually still getting picks. The baller's finally going to be coming out. Arashi going to be on the backside here. Ooh, is he going to get it? They do cap the zone, so it's not going to be over just yet. As Prophecy has another opportunity here. Arashi kind of alone right now. He's able to find one pick. It's just going to be a blaster.
Nice.
Should be able to clean that kill up due to that newly buffed Undercover Umbrella, who is actually not bad now. Which is
I love that gun. That gun is so much fun.
Yeah.
It used to be like my meme weapon of choice, but it's actually like pretty decent now. So.
Yeah, I mean, it finally got that same buff that the original Umbrella got. Like, that made it good. Because the normal Umbrella used to be not that amazing when it came out. But they gave it that consistency buff, and then it became good. And then they did the same thing to the Undercover, and now it's
also, good. UCB gets that, if you get a kill or assist, you get all the health on your Umbrella back.
Oh,
like, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Prophecy getting kind of pushed to the sides here. Still lots of points going up for Bet. Morsa actually forced to jump out there as well. Arashi gonna have to use the baller to stay alive there. I don't know what Salt is aiming at, but it's not an enemy.
There's a theoretical enemy there.
Yeah, it's a safety ray.
Yeah. The enemy isn't actually there. It's just mathematically it's possible it is there. Might as well shoot it. I mean, these ballers in zone just like keep coming. Morsa unfortunately gets pushed back. I think it's the first time a special push like that did not work out in the favor of the team pushing, but the Ink Storm is going down. A pick has happened, but is it enough picks? I don't think so. He doesn't get the kill. That is going to be Pete for Bet.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 players down. That's it. It's game 1 going towards Bet.
Good year. That what looked like was going to be a take back from Prophecy was ended early in that. Yeah, that's going to be the game for Bet. So, I mean, I don't know.
Is this what happens when the one just like has to go to bed or something, and then like Arashi's like, all right guys, I'm the captain now, I'm playing Undercover?
Maybe. I mean, it kind of seemed like as soon as parental supervision went away, everybody just started taking random toys out of the toy box.
It's like blind pick.
Yeah, just like all right, cool guys, random select.
Game 2, though, is going to be Rainmaker on Mako Mart. And if we see the same comp come out of Prophecy, I can tell you right now they're going to be losing because that comp is not a Rainmaker comp. That comp was the Zones comp. I would not.
That's definitely not.
I don't know. Hitzel, would you ever play the Undercover Umbrella on a mode that isn't Zones or maybe Clan Blitz?
I mean, like, it's a weapon with a bomb and... It's a weapon with a bomb and baller, so... That's not the worst thing ever for Rainmaker. It's just the problem is that like the main weapon just isn't really that good at like getting the kills and mobility. I mean,
right. It's really good at
it's just
stalling
really
out and
awkward.
just being annoying, but it's not like you can't really push with it.
Yeah, I don't know though. At the same time, it's like it is pretty good at just running up with a group of people and just contributing towards just like massacring them. And that's something you want to have happen in Rainmaker. And it's lightweight, so if it picks up the Rainmaker, it'll be able to move forward with it. So I don't know, maybe. I mean, I don't think that Arashi should be going it over the weapons that he is really, really good with anyway. But he goes.
This is a better comp.
Yeah,
this is a better comp. Like L3Ds, I still think a little bit weird. Like that gun's maybe
he plays
only
it though.
kind of good. Yeah.
That's something that we know he plays.
It's like one of those weapons where it's like it's really good on paper, but once you put it into practice, it's kind of just like this thing sucks. But you know, like a good player can still make it work.
I just think Mini's better, and if you want to spam Inkjet, there's some better options for it.
Yeah, 33 points though at the start. Definitely not a game-winning lead on Mega Mart here, but they're they're still going. 26 points. A little bit better of a game-winning lead, but they're not done yet. They're still going to be chaining these jumps in. There's going to be one player alive. Okay, so it's just going to be Morse now, trying to stay alive with that machine. Don't get Komodo.
Yeah, I was going to say, look, every single time we seem to see this, it's like one team gets a lead at the beginning and ends up losing with that lead. We'll see how that works out. Prophecy, not really the type of team to not push again, if that makes sense. So I think that... We're not going to see them kind of like sit on the lead, which is kind of like the natural reaction to like a lot of teams. That's honestly like a bad habit that a lot of Splatoon players have that just I can't believe that they still adhere to, where it's like, you know, you get a lead that isn't that good and you kind of like just sit on it. I know that sometimes there's situations where like, you know, because of like maybe special advantage or just the state of the game kind of stops you from being able to do it that easy, but
I think like in Rainmaker especially, there's no reason to ever not push. Like you always, especially if you have the lead, like you definitely do not want to be sitting on a lead. I mean, unless there's like a minute left in the game and you have like a 2-point score, it's like you definitely want to keep pushing, because when you have the lead, the enemy gets free special, and it's like that's every second that you waste is more special charge that they get to make a comeback. Yeah,
you definitely have to just... I mean, I know that there was some discussion about it, but it's like the Rainmaker punishes you from not playing the game mode properly. You need to be going for just playing for pushing, which means playing for the knockout.
That was a really nice flip, Arashi.
That was a really nice look. I mean, as we've been talking, Arashi's been doing a lot of really awesome stuff. I mean, we saw him get a bunch of cool Inkjet kills. We saw him use the drop roller off of his Inkjet to follow up another kill into like an assist, and we saw like a bunch of stuff happening. So really good stuff from Arashi. Now, Morsa here is unfortunately going to get not taken out by the blaster. They're going to have to jump out. So he should be able to have a special sometime soon. Prophecy right now, they're not in a position really that well to defend, but Bet is also not in any kind of position to push, so Prophecy should be able to get themselves in a decent position by the time anything really dangerous comes out of Bet. We see a member of Bet going down. We see CMO finally getting the pick on Arashi at the end of his Inkjet, but neutral situation, not really enough for anything to happen, and actually it looks like it's going to be Prophecy popping the Rainmaker after all that anyway.
This is a very, like, I want to say like a solo QE match. It's kind of like a lot of players are sort of doing their own thing. Like I mean, this is Bet. This is normally how they play, and this is normally like how they win. So it's still kind of going as expected for them. But Prophecy normally doesn't play this disorganized, and I think it might be because they don't have the one to do the shot calling for them. So it's kind of interesting. Like the way that Prophecy is playing now that they don't have the one with them is like it's just like a totally different team right now. And I mean, it's still working. So they got that going for them.
Well, the Stingray is going to kind of continue the teamwork for them, as Delta is going to be forced to skedaddle out of there. Now there is, the Tetras are going to say that there are these Tetras in the middle, which better get that kill. They do, as we see Have Fun Neku, who I believe we said was Katetsu, still using these Tetras. Now I know that he is been a user of Tetras. Yeah, there's that college net. Doesn't that suck? I think he's also wearing Ninja Squid on top of it, so that's going to be pretty feeling bad to go up against. As Arashi is going to ignore the Rainmaker. There, boy, go after the kill. Going to get taken out by Delta there. As it's still okay for Prophecy. 3v3 in the center of the map. Players respawning. Prophecy about to pop. Delta and CMO, though, kind of scheming for some kills. They get one pick. Can they get another? pushing
They found the
forward.
machine. Masima got another hit on one of the players back there, but it's like 30 seconds left in the game. I think they got 2 players down, but it's like you need to make a push, and a push down to 25 is not easy to do when there's only enough time for one push. Like, you can't make any mistakes past this point. And they just dropped a player, and if Arashi can find like any more players, then it's probably just going to be GG. The Ray's coming out early even, so yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to get the Rainmaker. Yeah, they're going to grab it, pull it back, and that's going to be game 2 for Prophecy. Time to set.
1-1. So it looks so far like this is kind of playing out like the set that we missed. So it's good that we get to kind of catch up on the replay. But actually, I think was it the other way around. Did Prophecy win the first game?
Yeah, Prophecy won the first set 3-2.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Like game 1.
Yeah, Prophecy won the first 2 games last time, so this is a little different. Yeah.
Okay. So the sequel, not a ripoff of the first one. Got it. We're gonna be doing Snapper after this. Is it gonna be TC? No, it's gonna be Zones, right?
Yes, Snapper Canal on Zones coming up. So
cool. I don't think that we've actually seen Snapper Zones yet. So I expect some different comps to come out of these teams. I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what Prophecy's gonna run now that they don't have like the one to go Explosher and stuff. I mean, obviously we're gonna see the Charger out of bet, and we should kind of expect their signature close range weapons to come out of these aggressive players that they have with him. My gut is saying something we might see like an Inkjet armor. Maybe Bomb Rush,
from Bet?
Firefin coming out of Bet. Yeah, I mean, I know that they like to go like the double Inkjet armor a lot. I don't know, for some reason, I'm just thinking, like, okay, what is Bet going to do here? And I'm just thinking of all the times that we scrim them, because we actually scrim these guys a lot.
The thing about Bet is that the way that they play is, like, they play the meta, but with off-meta picks.
Yeah. They just, like, adhere to the things that they do. And, not going to be doing that. So they are going to go with the Charger, but their lineup's going to be different. So they're going to have the Slasher Deco, a Blaster, and the custom Dually Squelcher. So a little bit strapped for painting.
Right.
Especially when their opponents have an NZAP and an L3D. So that is a lot. And yeah, Bamboo's pretty good at painting too, right? So that is a lot of painting power to push up against. The fact that Prophecy was first to take the zone here is not a surprise at all. Now, something about Kotetsu that I find interesting is I think that the Bamboo Mark II is just superior to the one.
I think maybe
I know that he likes this weapon.
Maybe not on this map. I think the curling bomb and the missiles. I don't know. It's like the burst bomb rush is like kind of useless.
You think
and
so?
Because Mist is good, but I think curling bomb for this map is just better.
Maybe the curling bomb. I mean, it's just so easy to run away from missiles on this map. It's like the missiles barely do anything. But there's a classic NZAP play. Just you camera over to the NZAP and he gets a random suction bomb kill. But we see. Oh dang! I was gonna say we see a missile coming out of that.
We're actually have to get the flank out of the snipe. He does find that pick. There's going to be Morsa here. Oh, it's the baller. Yeah, you just got to leave on that one. Actually, they're going to blow up early. They might be able to find this pick with some good movement. That's a lot of run speed on that machine, which is what I like to see. Going to be taking some hits from the Charger here. Probably forced to be backing up there. Just kind of stay behind the wall. And that's actually like really good positioning because it's like when you're standing up there, the Charger can't move up. Mm-hmm. So it's good to kind of keep them at bay. Yeah,
no, that definitely good positioning, and I also like what you mentioned there about the run speed coming out of that Slasher Deco. Run speed is, I mean, in my opinion, it's underrated in this game. Weapons that can abuse run speed can position themselves and dance around so many things and kind of like finagle their way into victories and so many one-on-ones that when you see it get abused, it's really effective, as we saw like out of that Slash Machine winning that one-on-one versus that Slasher Deco. But after all that's said and done, the objective still needs to be played, and Prophecy is still getting a lot of objective control. Trade in zone, but Arashi's going to be here painting. Nobody is close enough to do anything about that. And honestly, I feel like that game kind of came down to those comps. I mean, Prophecy just had such an effective comp for painting the map that it just seemed like Bet never really was able to get comfortable.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it might have just been due to the weapon comp, like we talked about at the beginning when we said like they're really strapped for paint right now. Like all they have is a custom Dually Squelcher, which isn't really that good at frontline painting. It's good at like cleaning up and kind of like gradual paint over time, but I wouldn't kind of have that as my main painter, So like especially going up against the team comp with like the L3, the Zap, the Bamboo, like on a big map like Snapper where your pain control is just like so important to be able to do really anything. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to win that one, especially on zones.
Yeah. I don't think that that's really a problem that we'll see from them from Bet too much. I think that both these teams have changed up their comps a lot. So it's not like we expect any kind of like flawed kind of team comp to lead to kind of flawed play to kind of be a permanent thing. We just need to see Bet not let the same thing happen last time where the Prophecy just happens to win 2 in a row at some point and that costs them the set. They're going to need to really they're going to have to pull out this Anchovy tower control. Do we know what the other maps in this set are going to be?
I can take a look for you right now. The last map after this is going to be Splat Zone's Humpback Pump Track.
Splat Zone's Humpback. Oh gosh, there's going to be a big variety of game modes right here. But all right, so back to tower control Anchovy. We saw it being played one time, and it's very, very similar to how Snapper tower control works. In my opinion, even slower, where it just takes a lot to actually push the tower. You need to get a wave. Then you need to get another wave for guaranteed points, and if not, you really just have to grind away at that checkpoint. The tower needs to be pushed so it's enough times where you can just finally get past it.
Yeah, I think it's also comes down to like your team comp. I think is really important here, and normally we would probably see a 10 Umbrella come out of the 1 here, but of course he's not playing, so we're gonna have to see how Prophecy kind of picks up that slack. Normally the 10 Umbrella here on tower control especially is like super good at kind of pushing once you make it up to the top. It's pretty useless until then, but once you get in a position where you can make the 10 Umbrella work as you're like pushing down the lane, I think it's extremely strong. That being said, it looks like they do have Tetsu running the Umbrella, so
yeah, a little weird to see that Slosher come out on tower control, but really not that bad on this map. The
Slosher's insane on this map. It's really good.
Yeah, that it's good at painting too, right? Because you look at the comps and you're like, oh, Bet's running another comp that can't really paint that well, but Slosher Deco is really good at painting the lanes on this map. That all being said, the Bet is going to be effectively wiped at the beginning of the match here, but also again, not the biggest deal when it comes to pushing here because there's just so much more in front of Prophecy to be able to push this, especially with the Stingray going off. That's going to be one pick. Arashi going to be just barely missing that last bomb. Something about, well, actually, I'm not going to fault him because I was going to say something about burst bombs is you really should throw one at a time so that it's much easier to track the person and make sure that they die. Unless you think you can kill the person with 2 bombs, but Rashi just barely missed with the second burst bomb, which would have been a pick. But that did really put an end to that Stingray being able to do anything there, as Bet is able to push back into the middle of the map finally, but not really.
It's kind of crazy because like Prophecy got a lot of players down there and it looked like they were in a really good position to push, but they only got 57 points. And I think it might have been due to just the Stingray kind of slowing it down. Yeah. But I still feel like they could have gotten a little bit more out of that. They got wiped.
Yeah, because it was really clean, right?
To push going now. Yeah.
Yeah, if this was a Rainmaker match, this would have been like an early game knockout, Right. But it's only halfway there in this kind of tower control match.
Killer had to jump back, and he doesn't have a Stingray yet. There's not that much pain, but it should be enough for him to get that Ray. The Ray is going to come up. It's going to be going out now. Down to 46 points, and it's actually still moving through that checkpoint as Simo's going to be able to push up and kill the Ray, which is going to be even more points on the board for Bet here now, as it is finally going to be a full wipe, stopped at 34, which is pretty strong, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty big for this map. Now, the one thing that we do want to keep in mind is that checkpoint, that really hard to pass checkpoint has been cleared by both teams. So there is definitely a lot of potential for big pushes coming out of both teams. Now, Prophecy does need to push past that second checkpoint, but honestly, it's the first checkpoint that really slows the push down because it stops the tower from even getting into the enemy's base. If you can get the tower into this snipe area and dominate for long enough, the points will come. It's just slow, whereas that first checkpoint, you can't even get a push started at first.
Right, yeah. Delta here doing some sharking, just waiting for that tower to get a little bit closer. Oh, he might have gotten spotted there. Yep, he got spotted just by touching a little bit of that purple ink. He is going to jump out and keep what little special charge he does have alive there. But this is another good opportunity for Prophecy to try and take this lead back.
Yeah, Rashi has the missiles. Unfortunately, the Inkjet gets taken out, but this Blaster's going to be forced to jump down into the tower because of his missiles. Immediately just lands into like an auto bomb and Stingray and Bears. Oh my! Assault tries to stop this push, but yeah, that's lead, definitely lead. If it's not lead, there's throwing afoot.
Tetsu actually keeping this tower alive a lot longer than I thought, and then Morsa able to actually find 2 of those kills as they were a little bit clumped up for the machine. Morsa now... Wait, what is Morsa playing? That is a machine. Wait. I don't know what weapon Morsa's playing. Morsa's playing Blaster. I didn't know Morsa played Blaster. Okay.
Oh, that's a little weird, yeah. But, well, I mean, whatever, it works.
Not gonna bother.
Yeah. It did it.
And yeah, just like that, Prophecy again, we saw that in the first set today, is that they were playing down in points and down in score like a lot at the start of the games, but they were able to just take it back and then win.
Morsa apparently plays Blaster,
yeah,
according to this KD.
Definitely plays Blaster. And that's going to be Prophecy 3-1 over Bet.